What's up, guys? This is Rob. Welcome back to Rule of Two Review. I'm coming to you today with another vlog format video because I just haven't done this in a while. Felt like it would be fun to kind of touch base with you guys face to face again. You are seeing me, of course, sans glasses. They just happen to be far away from me downstairs, so I'm playing it kind of lazy, and I figured, screw it, I'm just going to go ahead and record anyway. So, you can get a good close-up look at my face. Without the glasses, that's what I look like. Yeah, like I said, playing it lazy, going without the glasses. Also, super quick tangent before I get into the actual gaming stuff for today. I'm just really excited because I have my Goku Super Saiyan 3 Evolution shirt. The reason I'm so excited to show it to you guys is just because I actually used to own this shirt. I lost it a couple of weeks ago, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I just haven't been able to find it. So I ordered another one, and it just showed up today, and I'm really excited. So I figured I would just kind of, show you guys my awesome nerdy Goku Super Saiyan 3 t-shirt here. So yeah, that's that stuff. I've been a little bit distracted lately. I haven't been able to talk about this or show any footage of this on Rule of Two Review quite yet. But I've been playing Destiny on my brand new PlayStation 4. I mentioned this a couple times on Rule of Two Review. I did pick up the white Destiny bundle for the PlayStation 4, which was really exciting. A, so that I could get Destiny, but B, so that I could finally get a PlayStation 4. So at this point, the Xbox One is the last system of this next generation, new generation, that I actually need to own. I'm really hoping that I have a chance to be able to pick one up before the end of the year. I want to get one for Sunset Overdrive in the Master Chief Collection before the end of 2014. But, we'll see how that goes. Either way, really, really pumped to have finally picked up a PlayStation 4. I am a huge Sony fan, even though I'm kind of known as the Nintendo fan first and foremost. And I know I bring it up on videos a lot, but I feel like it's important to reiterate for anyone who stumbles upon one of my videos. I am a Nintendo guy first and foremost, but I love Sony, love the PlayStation brand. And it's, took them a solid year, pretty much, to be able to sell me on a PlayStation 4. And although it was a third-party multi-platform game that sold me, once I saw that bundle, I was really stoked, so I'm really glad to be able to have a PlayStation 4 now. I've been playing Destiny, and I've had to rearrange my recording and my game capture setup and my PC and console thing. Like, I've been doing a lot with all that rearranging, so I haven't been able to do any new video capture in a while, but as of today, I have everything set up the way I need to again to start doing new video capture. I've got the PlayStation 4, I've got Destiny, I'm waiting on one other thing so that I can start recording gameplay footage for the PlayStation 4, because Sony, for some dumb reason, they do this HDMI video capture block on their consoles. It's a big pain in the ass. It took me forever to work around the PlayStation 3's block, and now I got a PlayStation 4, so I have to do that shit all over again and figure out a whole new way to start recording PlayStation 4 footage. But I know what I need. I've ordered the piece. I'll have it soon. Once I do that, I'm going to start showing, long story short, I'm going to start showing some Destiny footage and some PlayStation 4 footage. And I want to make a video specifically about Destiny. And so last thing real quick before I actually get to the topic of today's video, Destiny has been like a super, super big deal. It's probably the most hyped game for this year, that along with Smash Brothers, I would say. I do think Destiny will probably be the best-selling game for the year. It's already broken records. Super hyped. I'm loving it, just so everyone knows. I am enjoying the hell out of it, but it's been really polarizing because it hasn't really been getting, it hasn't gotten too many bad reviews, a couple, but not really a lot of bad reviews. It's just been all mediocre reviews, lots of 7s and 8s, which, for one of the most hyped games that's had the biggest budget ever, and, they've been working on it for like, whatever, 5-10 years or something crazy. It's kind of not really meeting expectations. So that's really the sort of, the hype and controversy around the whole Destiny thing. So, like I said, I've been loving it. I'm really excited to make a video specifically about my thoughts on Destiny, which I'll do in another couple days. But I do want to also get some footage of the game so that I can show that for that actual, Destiny-specific video. So, anyway, that's what I've been doing. I'm all set up and ready to go for game capture again. So I know, that's a huge, long tangent before I actually get into the topic. A lot of different things I touched on. But whatever. All that stuff's out of the way. What I want to talk about today is, of course, Resident Evil Revelations 2. Again, I know that it's the third video I've made on Revelations 2 in the last, week and a half or so. But, I am a huge Resident Evil fan. Most of you guys probably know that now because I've mentioned it lately. Revelations 2 is a pretty big deal as far as Resident Evil games go because there's a lot of weird things going on with it. I've already made a video lamenting the fact that it's not being released on the Nintendo platforms or the 3DS where the game started. So the whole thing is kind of silly there. I don't know what Capcom's doing, but that's what they're doing. It's kind of stupid. I'm holding out hope that that actually ends up happening. I guess we'll see. So there's that. There was the reveal that the game is going to be episodically released as 4 weekly episodes at a couple bucks a piece, $5.99. And there's a season pass, and they of course mentioned that you're going to be able to, they're going to sell a retail disc of the entire game once it's all completed sometime after the last episode releases. So, weird stuff going on there. Not my favorite idea, but, I've been waiting to see a lot of gameplay before I would actually see if I was going to give it a shot. And so anyway, what I wanted to talk about is TGS is going on currently, Tokyo Game Show 2014, and there's been a lot of Resident Evil Revelations 2 gameplay footage. So I figured I would really quickly touch on my thoughts on what I've seen so far as a really big Resident Evil fan, somebody who's been gaming since the original PS1 release in '96, and someone who also loved the original on the 3DS and on the Wii U. What's going on with Revelations 2 right now? What have we seen from Tokyo Game Show? It's been okay. Okay footage, I would say. It's not really bad, but it's not really great either. There's not a whole lot we've known about the game, other than the episodic reveal. What we have known is, surprisingly, you're not playing as Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, which were the characters you played as in the first game. You're playing as Claire Redfield again for the first time in a really long time, so that's certainly pretty cool. And this is a weird, unique twist. You're playing as the daughter of Barry Burton, yes, Mr. Barry Burton from the original Resident Evil, who knows all about unlocking things, and any old school fans will appreciate that. You're playing as his daughter, Moira Burton. Yeah, I had to check my notes, sorry. Moira Burton, I believe is how you pronounce her name. So you're playing as her. So, you're doing, no big frickin' surprise. You're playing as two different people. Claire Redfield and Moira Burton, they're just never going to let you play a Resident Evil game alone the fuck again, ever. And I'm, so disappointed at those decisions. I know it worked a little bit on 5 and 6, and on Revelations, the first one, but I really hope that they ditch that idea soon and just let us play as one freaking character in one location in a Resident Evil game. Please give us that, Capcom. Oh my freaking god. Anyway, that's not what you're doing. Revelations 2, you're playing as these two characters, so that's what they've shown in the gameplay footage so far. I'm assuming what they're showing is just a couple small glimpses of, the first episode of the game. Obviously, they don't want to blow their load too quickly and show us, episodes 2 and 3 or any of that stuff if it's only really supposed to be the 4 episodes. That's not a lot of episodes, so, the full complete package is only broken up into 4 parts. So we've seen some stuff of, running around. I'm not really sure of the setting. I couldn't find anything that really tells us the setting. And if anyone knows what that's supposed to be, you should definitely share that below, because I'm really curious. And hopefully anyone else watching the video would also be curious. But you're in a dark, dank place. It looks like a warehouse, It doesn't really... It could be a boat, like the first game, but they've basically confirmed that this game isn't really related to that first game, so I don't really know why it would be a boat again, because the first game mostly took place on a boat. It doesn't really look like a house or anything. It seems to be a warehouse, kind of typical place, very dark, very dank. Ambience-wise and atmosphere-wise, I would say it certainly has a pretty decent Resident Evil vibe to it. It also looks gorgeous. I mean, the frame rate seems rock solid from everything I've seen from TGS today. And it definitely is a pretty looking game. I think that, I'm like I said, I'm not really blown away by it. I can't say it looks terrible, because it looks like the last couple of Resident Evil games, which have all been, like I said, I thought they were all okay. I didn't hate any of them. They may be getting less and less good as far as what Resident Evil used to be, but they still haven't been terrible, and I will always give them that credit. 5 and 6 were okay games, but that's the thing is, yeah, they look like those games which were okay, but they don't look like the other games which were mostly great. So I think that's the thing about Revelations 2 is, where the first Revelations kind of seemed like it was bringing us out of the muck and mire of where Resident Evil was going as far as becoming mediocre action games, and then it's like we did this, and now we're kind of taking another step down, like on a scale, you're going up and you're going up, you're like, yeah, Revelations, fuck yeah, oh shit, Revelations 2. We went back down to square one as far as Resident Evils 5 and 6 and whatnot goes. So, it's two people. It seems, I can't say super action-oriented, but it was a little fast-paced. You're doing a lot of running around in this game, which 6 brought the run on like nobody's business. Resident Evil 6 was like a sprinting simulator with Leon. It was like insane that how fast-paced that game was and how action-oriented it was. Again, an okay game in and of itself. But it's not really the direction that I don't think Resident Evil has needed to be going for quite a while here. So it seems like Revelations 2, based on what we've seen, is kind of just, it's going to be a weird episodic experience of what we've been doing in other Resident Evil games the last couple of years, basically. So it's like mixing, what Resident Evils 5 and 6 have done, and, Revelations a little bit, and Resident Evil 4 a little bit, because 4 was the, initiator of the big break in the formula for Resident Evil. So it's like, borrowing from all those elements, using, an old character from some previous games and, the daughter of another character from the first game, which is cool. Like, I'm excited to experience that. They kind of toyed with this idea with Resident Evil 6 where they introduced Albert Wesker's son, which was a pretty cool idea, and I didn't know how I was going to feel about that going into Resident Evil 6. I thought the idea sounded awesome. Then when I saw him in previews, I was like, well, he kind of looks sort of dumb. And then he actually turned out to be pretty cool. I actually liked him a lot in that game. I think he was one of the saving graces of the game. So it's cool to take another old school well-known character, at least well-known as far as old school Resident Evil fans go, and introduce that person's daughter. Barry was the shit. I liked Barry, mostly because I just love the first Resident Evil so much. So it's cool to have this sort of strange nostalgic connection to him and someone and somebody cool from the original Resident Evil. I can't talk today, sorry guys. From the original Resident Evil, and include him in this newest Revelations 2 game. So I think that that's really neat. But like I said, I managed to drag this conversation out quite a bit for really not a lot of stuff that was shown about Resident Evil today, at least so far from TGS. But the important takeaways are that we know who we're playing as. We've now seen Claire Redfield, and we've seen Moira Burton. We've gotten an idea of the setting. Visually, the game looks great, there's no doubt. Playability-wise and gameplay-wise, it's just more of the same shit we've been doing for a while. Pretty action-oriented, pretty fast-paced, lots of running around. I don't know if we're ever going to go back to old-school Resident Evil puzzle-solving ever again, which sucks. I so miss grabbing pendants and standing in the moonlight and searching the back of them and putting them together to remember which of the 7 doors that needed pendants this pendant goes in. Like, God, give me that shit again. Please, Capcom, I know you have it in you and you've talked about it for Resident Evil 7. Please take that game back to the roots like you really, really mean. You teased us with Revelations, and now you shot the shit with Revelations 2. I'm still going to play the game. It's definitely showed me that it's not going to be an unmitigated disaster. It looks like a fine Resident Evil 5/6-ish experience, so I'm definitely going to play it. I will. I think I'm going to wait for the retail disc on that one. So we know that. It's Claire and Moira. It seems more action-oriented. I have so many ideas when I think about what I saw as far as, the little bit of action they did show us where it's just a bunch of the same big zombies coming at you and they grab on you and you push them off and then you aim down sights and you shoot and you do that stuff and it's like, it's okay. It works enough. But, I both have learned that the game doesn't look terrible and learned that it's still doing things I don't want Resident Evil to do. I think that's the best way that I could sum up this video and my thoughts on Revelations 2. So it doesn't look terrible, so hooray Capcom, I guess. But please, make this the last game this way. We are begging you, and you've teased us with this, we are begging you to make a real Resident Evil game again. I know you have it in you. Despite a lot of your screwing weird decisions and a lot of your mistakes, I still believe in you. Some people may call me crazy, but I do. I know you have it in you. Monster Hunter is still awesome. Resident Evil has the potential to still be awesome. I know somewhere in the back offices underground and 70 miles below the crust of the earth, you have some dude working on a Mega Man game. So bring that shit out. We're ready for it. We want you to do all these right things. Revelations 2 doesn't look terrible, so hooray. It's going to be cheap, too, so that's going to make it easier to swallow. But the next Resident Evil better deliver and just knock it out of the park. Make Resident Evil 7 or a reboot, whatever that game ends up being, really good like the old Resident Evil games used to be. So I know you have it in you. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that that's it. That's my, long-winded thoughts about a couple minutes of gameplay we've seen from Revelations 2 today. So, I don't know. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, so you've heard my thoughts now for the 3rd time in a week and a half. So, sorry for anyone who's getting sick of the Resident Evil stuff, but that's just what I care to talk about. So, those are my thoughts. If you're a Resident Evil fan, definitely share your thoughts if you've seen any of the gameplay footage. And if I can remember, I'll try to link some clips from different channels and websites that have footage below. But like I said, if you're a fan, share your thoughts. If you're not a fan, I guess share your thoughts too. But it's mostly Resident Evil fans, and I'm really curious to hear what you guys are thinking about where they're going with this game. It's really unique. It's episodic. It's doing a lot of the same the same stuff from the last couple games. Doesn't seem to be as awesome as what Revelations was doing. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I think. What do you guys think? That's it for today. Again, this is Rule of Two Review, so thanks for checking out the video today, guys. If you like what I'm doing and you're not already following the channel, please feel free to subscribe to it. It helps me out, helps the channel out, spreads the content and the word about Rule of Two Review and everything that I do here across the rest of the internets and the YouTubes and the interwebs and stuff. So follow the links below to the Facebook page and the Twitter. I do have a Facebook and a Twitter, and I try to update those regularly, get involved with the community. I'm going to be doing, I've done some contests in the past. I'm going to be doing some more soon. So if you're interested in following any more of what I do, please follow those links below. And that is it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I guess I'll catch you on the next video.